Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Hickory Dickory. Hickory Dickory is a game published by Plaid Hat Games, designed by Sawyer West, plays 1 to 4 players in, what's it say, 60 to 120 minutes. 120 minutes is probably pretty long. I'd say you could play this no more than 90 minutes, and I've played it for every single time. So, what you're doing in this game is you are mice on a clock. Hickory Dickory Dock, the mouse ran up the clock, you know that whole deal. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to collect these different tokens, which we'll get into more later, but they're in this bag. You're trying to collect these different good items, so like this marble, to deliver it. That's the goal of the game. But the risk here is you may get pushed off the minute hand because you're going to be traveling around the minute hand. The longer you stay there, push your luck to ride the wave, you could get pushed off, have to take an action you don't want to do. So that's the crux of the game. Let's go down the table. Check it out. All right, so here's a game of Hickory Dickory, all set up for 2 players. Now setup takes a minute, so I'll kind of walk you through it quickly. We'll start with the main board. So you have to put these hands on the board. There's a piece that comes through. There's an instruction sheet in the book, but this has to come apart every time to fit in the box. So you put this in. You get the cat paws out, which I have here. The cat die. You're going to put these tiles on the appropriate spaces. They'll have stuff on the back. You'll shuffle them up if they have random symbols. If they have specific spaces like this one, it goes where it goes. Then you're going to randomly take a tile out of the bag, put it on each of the leaves except for midnight. And then the board is set up. Then you're going to put well, I guess not. Then you're going to put this side over here and itsy bitsy side over there. This is technically supposed to go down here, but there's not enough room. So just so we can see it, I'm keeping it over here. This is another way to score some points. So I have that just sitting over here ready to go. But yeah, it can go down here. You can set it up however you want. Then you're going to shuffle the contracts, flip 2, which I've done here. You're going to put all the wild tiles on Itsy and draw 4 additional tiles out. Put them on the discount bin. Put the favorite tiles down there. That's the board. Now, for each player, they're going to get a random favor card that has an acorn. We've done that. An asymmetric player board, which we've done that. 4 mice cards of their color and 4 little mice bits. A climber mouse, which is going to go on this piece right here. And a score marker, which will go on 0. Your little baby mouse, I forget the actual name, but this mouse will stay on this card until it's unlocked. Then all the other mice are going to go on the appropriate time slot according to the bottom of your board. So this mouse for me is on 7, this mouse for me is on 4, this mouse for me is on 9, which I've done for both players. And then after all that is said and done, we're ready to go. And each player will also get a delivery scorecard here. All right. So let's talk about how it works. The game, what you're trying to do is you are trying to get to certain places on this clock to take actions. You may jump on the clock, ride it around, move from a space onto the clock to move around, all that kind of thing. And I'll explain more of that as we get into it. But yeah, I'm not going to bog you down with that. So let's just go. First thing you do when it's your turn, and the turn is, we'll get to this. So first thing you do is you go here. If there's any mice on the hand or on the space, it stops. If not, we keep going. Nothing. So now we're here. All right, so a couple things happen. If there's anybody on the hand, they have priority of taking the action from front to back. All right. If there's not, then we go from the inside ring on this space, starting in this. So it'll be red, then blue. That's priority. And that will go back and forth each round. All right. So red, what is that? That's jumping up 3. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. They're going to take the action. So when you take the action, you go to the other side. If there's a tile, you take it and you put it in that mouse's bag. So that's this mouse. They now have a purple die. And you can take the action if you want to. They're going to move up 3 on this chain. If you hit points or go past points, you get those many points. If there's somebody on the chain, you jump over them. If you make it to the top, you'll get the points above the weight, and the weight will move up. If it ever gets to 4, it stays there, and you can always get 4. Okay? And that is their turn. No one else to do it, so then we move. And that was red, not blue. Go over here. That was red. All right. Then it's Blue's turn. That's their scavenger mouse, so the big mouse here. Basically, and all the mice have special abilities. This special ability is they can carry more. They take up 2 spaces on the clock as well. So I think they're going to go ahead and take this. They're going to jump over here, and they're going to take this tile because I want to explain that to you when we get to it. And this action is draw 1 tile out of the bag and keep it. There's the bag, draw a tile out, put it in that mouse's bag. If there's ever multiple mice at a location, either on the hand, inside or outside, they can exchange stuff between themselves freely, however they want to. But that's not the case here. Nobody here, and then we're right there. All right, so now we're at 7, and it is red gets priority because they have priority here, and they're on the inside. And I think they're just going to jump on. So they're going to get on the hour, the minute hand. And blue, I think they're going to get on as well. So they will get on. All right, then we'll go to 8. Nobody's there. Now we're here. All right. So now blue is this mouse and this mouse are at the same location for blue. So what they're going to do is when they get tiles, they can pass them back and forth amongst each other. But first thing happens is red decides that they want to take this action. And that is this mouse for red. And I think they will. So they'll jump off. They'll take a tile. Goes on this mouse. Now, they get to do the action. They get to climb up 1 on the chain. And they can discard 1 tile, which they just took, to draw 2 out of the bag. But this mouse's special power is every time they draw tiles out, they get to draw an extra 1 and put 1 of them back in the bag. So they get to draw 3 and keep 2. 1, 2, and 3. And they need a purple button. They need a green die, and they need that. Okay, they like all these, so let's do... let's get rid of this one. All right, and then they put these on that mouse. So this mouse now has a couple things, but they're going to actually give them to this mouse because, again, those mice are at the same location. Oh, nope, just kidding. That's blue. All right, so then it's blue's turn. Blue is actually going to... stay on. So blue's going to stay on. This mouse is going to go on. So both of their mice are on. Okay, over here. So this mouse is first. And I think what's going to happen is they're going to jump over here and they're going to make a delivery. This mouse's special ability is from the hand, they can get off where they are or jump 2. So they're going to jump 1. They're going to take this tile and they're going to make a delivery. This is the delivery space because I want to show you how deliveries work. So when you make a delivery, this is where this scoring card is going to come in. You're going to get 1 point for every tile that you deliver. And in this case, I'm turning in my favorite card to also deliver this orange tile. So I'm going to have 2 tiles. That's going to give me 2 points. Then you're going to get 1 point for your largest symbol group. Each one of those symbols will be worth a point. In this case, I only have 1 because I have 2 different symbols, so I get 1. Then you're going to get 1 point for your largest color group, 1 point for each tile. In this case, I only have 2 different colors, so 1. So I got 4 points for that delivery. Then this card is gone over here to the discard. And this tile, when you deliver, you want to put it on your board if you can. Because if you can do that, at the end of the game, for every completed row and column that you have, you will get 5 points. You can deliver without stuff, without images on here, you just don't get to put anything on your board. So that was their turn. Then this mouse is here, and I think they're going to, they'll jump off. No, that's not smart. They're going to stay on. And then my big guy, red's big guy, will they'll get on. No, they'll take the action. So they're going to go here, take this tile. And then they move up 2 on the chain. 1, 2. That gives them 2 points. And then they may do 2 tiles for a market action, which this is discard 2 tiles to take the market action. And what that means is you can either take 2 of the discount tiles or 1 wild tile. So you can discard 2 to get 2 other ones or 1 wild. A wild can go anywhere on your board and it can be all colors and all symbols, which is cool. So they're not going to do that because they don't have 2 tiles. Maybe they do. No, but they are going to use this favor card, and they're going to move up the chain a couple more. And then this goes away. You can use favor cards anytime you want on your turn. You can have a maximum of 2 in your hand. Okay, then we're going to go to 11. This mouse can deliver if they want to. They don't have anything to deliver, so they'll stay on. Then they'll go to 12. 12 is a special spot. The only thing you can do there is deliver these relics, and they have stars. So this mouse has one, but they've already taken their action, so they can't deliver it. When you do that, you're going to take this, and you're going to deliver it to Lord Cuckoo. The rules say they stay there, but I like to put them back in the bag so we can do it more than 3 times, because there's only 3 of these type of items. They go here, you get 5 points. Let's just say they did it, 5 points. They would get 9. They'd have 9. They get a favor card, and then they get to move up to 3 spaces and take another action. So what's going to happen is, let's say this guy's here. They're going to go ahead and go right to here because I want to show you this action. So they take this tile, put it in their bag. Then for this action, this is how you unlock your other mouse. You see that little mouse symbol right there. There's also some on favor cards. I can discard a tile. I don't need this one, so I'll discard that. It goes back in the bag. And then you get to take this mouse, and it can go anywhere it wants on the outside and take that action. So I think we're going to go, let's go here. It goes in its bag. Then they get to look in the bag and take 1 tile. Got this one. Their bag is smaller because they can do a lot more stuff. They're a little mouse. And then they're out now on the board, and they can function like a regular mouse. But anytime this action comes up, no matter where they are, they can jump and do that thing. Okay? Now, at the end of the round, we're going to do some cleanup. First thing that happens is we'll move this to the next color, so in this case, blue. We advance the hour marker. Then we're going to roll the cat paws. So we'll roll the cat paws. And they're going to block some spaces on the board. So we have a 9. All the mice would come inside as well, so they go to the inside ring. If you're on the minute hand, you stay on the minute hand. And then the next mouse, a cat hand, will go on 9, so they're both on 9, which is good. Only 1 space is clogged up. All right, then all the tiles that are empty, discount bin, and over here will get refilled. I like to put these back in the bag, so I'm going to put that back in the bag. So we'll refill. There's only ever 1 tile at a location. And then we're ready to go. And the game's going to keep going like that until we get to midnight. And I think that's everything. The only actions I didn't show you were this one. You just get a free card over there. And that's it. So the in-game scoring is pretty simple. You're going to get points for rows and columns on your board. Then clear it off. And then you can take all of your stuff on your mice and deliver it again. But they don't go on your board because we've already done that to get extra points. And whoever has the most points after all that is the winner. And also during the game when you're making a delivery, if you deliver any of these things in your delivery, you can get bonus points and claim this card, discard it, and score those extra points. You can only do 1 of these per delivery, but it's another way to score points. And that's it. That's the game. One more thing I guess I should show you. If the minute hand is ever full and a mouse wants to get on and it pushes another mouse off, that mouse has to take that action. So in this case, blue would take this tile and move up 3. Then they get a point. So there is some risk of riding around on that minute hand. So you got to be careful with that and plan accordingly and all that stuff so you can try to get the action that you want to take. And that is how you play Hickory Dickory. Let's go up the top, see what I think about it. All right, well, that was Hickory Dickory. So let's look at some of the components. And I already teased some, but we'll get back to those because they're my favorite components. But these awesome dual layer player boards, they're all different. It's going to give you your starting locations on the clock and the tiles that you're looking to deliver for the extra points. Fantastic. Didn't need to be dual layer, but I like it. I'm not going to go into the hand. The mice tokens, you saw those pretty close, but let's show you a little bit big. We got this one. We like to call him Biggie, but his name is actually Scavenger. There's the one that climbs up the clock. This one is Spotter. This one we called him Jumpy, but he's really the Scurrier. And then this one we called him Baby, but his name is Scamp. And they're fantastic in all the player colors. Awesome. The clock face, clock hands are cool. They have to come apart every time because they don't fit in the box when they're on the board. It's kind of a pain in the butt to put this together. I wish you didn't have to do it, but I like it enough, so I'll keep doing it. It's just annoying that I have to keep putting it together. Small thing, not a big deal. What else is there? That's majority of the components. The wild tiles, which are in the spider web, they're cool. Board's amazing looking. I'm not going to unfold it because you saw it. Everything looks fantastic. It looks like a clock when it's on the table. Such great components, no issues. Now let's talk about gameplay. So this gameplay is really interesting. It reminds me of a game called Zolkin. I don't know if you've ever heard of that or played it, but it's effectively a similar idea. You're going to have these little workers that are just like these discs but longer, and you're going to put it on this gear, and there's a series of interconnected gears, and every turn that gear is going to turn, moving your workers to better actions. But when you turn one gear, it moves all the other workers as well, and on your turn you're going to be putting a worker down or picking a worker up. This kind of takes that mechanism and turns it into a simpler game and a simpler way that it works. On that one, you're really symbolizing the passing of time. In this one, you're just basically trying to ride the wave till you can get to the action that you want. You don't have to sit there and wait and not take a turn. You just pass until you get to where you want to go. So it's a similar idea to that, but this one does it in a simpler package. I think a cuter package. It's definitely a more enticing theme with cute little mice and the Hickory Dickory Dock nursery rhyme and that all thing. But it's a really cool mechanism. The game is pretty simple, honestly. You're going to either take an action where your mouse is. If you're in the inner ring, you go to the outside and take the action. If there's a tile there, you collect it. Or if you're in the inner ring, you're going to jump on the minute hand. Or if you're on the minute hand, they get first priority. They're going to decide if they want to take the action or keep riding the wave. That's it. That is it. And you're just trying to get those tiles, get them delivered, get them on your board, just score a pile of points. That's it. You can deliver if you don't have room for your board, but your board, you want to deliver stuff to get on your board because that's extra points. But super fun. I almost wish maybe it was an extra round longer because it seems like, you're just getting warmed up and then the game's over. My only other issue, if I can find a tile, I probably can't because they never come out when you need them. We'll look, as long as I don't make a mess. Yes, okay. These tiles with the stars. Now, there's 3 of these tiles, and they get delivered to King Cuckoo, or Lord Cuckoo, whatever his name is. And the rule book says you put these on Lord Cuckoo and they're done. Now, that makes the 12 space usable 3 times in the game. There's only 3 of these to deliver. So once 3 of these have been delivered, they're never going to be delivered again. It effectively makes that space useless. So what I've been doing, this is my house rule, might break the game, I don't care. Basically just gives you more points, and everybody wants points, is deliver it, put it back in the bag, keep them going, keep that 12 space rolling. You're still at the mercy of pulling them from the bag, but at least they're in there. You had the possibility of getting one to deliver to Lord Cuckoo for a pile of points. So that's my only issue with the game. My only rules funky deal. Well, I guess one more. I don't really like the cap holes either. They're kind of obnoxious. I could almost just leave those out and be fine with that. Every round, have every action open to do what I want to do. But I'm sure they're in there for a reason. I'm not a game designer, but those are my 2 quibbles with the rules. But other than that, this game's fantastic. I can't talk about it enough. I want to play it all the time. It's just that good. So I'm going to give Hickory Dickory a BGM acceptance seal. It's going to get an 8 out of 10 on BGG, which is a 4 out of 5 wrenches on our arbitrary wrench scale. That means absolutely nothing, but we have to give it the games that we enjoy, and that's what I'm going to do. So that is Hickory Dickory from Plaid Hat Games. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.